it's Serene at Serene Vocal Studio. I'm so glad you're here today, and today we're going to talk about the fate of Ophelia. I'm going to talk to you today about what it is going to take for you to make this song a little bit easier to sing. Grab a straw, and I would start with an arpeggio through a straw. Before we arpeggio, let's actually just take 3 breaths through the straw. Nice big diaphragmatic breaths. With this, we're trying to find some back pressure. We're trying to find some consistency in our breath from a really, really nice low place into our diaphragm. After that, we're going to do just a low arpeggio. So just as a quick tip for warming up for this song, what I would do is start with the straw arpeggio, and then I would do a lip buzz on an 1.5 scale. I have that scale on my website. If you go to serenevocalstudio.com, scroll down to the bottom under vocal exercises, and it's at the top of the list, and I call it the long scale. After the buzzing, I would do a little bit of what I call a squeaky door exercise. This is not on my website because it's a little bit newer for me, but we're going to do We're trying to find that place in our voice that we go as if we're a little kid, kind of going, as saying to our mothers, but just doing on a Then I would go back to the long scale after doing buzzes and squeaky door, and I would do some sort of vowelistic with a consonant. Wee, 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 wee. You do it on wee, you do it on nay. Nay, 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 nay. Wee and nay are arguably very, very small. So you want to start small and get bigger with your warm-ups. But you want to go through your vocal range on a long scale from the bottom to the top to the bottom, and then go back at the end of your vocal warm-ups. I do a few of those, and then go back at the end of your vocal warm-ups and do something a little bit more bottom focused. So if you're even just doing a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let me tell you something. So our vocal exercises should focus on having good airflow. It should focus on making sure the vocal folds are adducting properly, that we have gone through our range, and that we have a connection from the bottom of our voice to the top of our voice so that we're not having any breaks or flips. Even though there are some yodels in this song, you want to make sure that you have a good stretch happening within the vocal folds. Where you want to focus first is at the end of the first pre-chorus, where she says, right before you lit my sky up. Because this is like the get ready, set, go into the chorus. It's a really important space. Also, at the end of the second pre-chorus is an important one as well. It's not as hard as the first, but you'll still have to pay attention to it a little bit. The notes on the end of the pre-chorus at right before you, right? This is our get ready, set, go spot, going into all that time I sat alone in my tower. On right before you lit my sky up, there are some vowel shapes in this song that you need to watch out for, which you probably have heard, but we're going to shout them out today. And they have one of the words in this phrase, up. Remember when she sings Ophelia, she doesn't sing Ophelia, she sings Ophelia, That's this same shape that you'll find sprinkled throughout the song. When she sings right before you lit my sky up, you want to sing that shape that's similar to Ophelia, right? Another word that does that is all. Now I can see it all. Now I can see it all. It's not quite all, but that for all. And then we want to sing Ophelia, and we want to sing fire. That's the end of the second pre-chorus, right before the chorus, the second time. Let me find it. So the line for that, pulling me into the fire, there's the again. So we want not fire, not fire, fire, Do you see the shape of my mouth? Try to find that same shape as you are making these sounds. I almost think of it as like an oval type shape within my mouth. Pulling me into the fire. then she goes up right there. So that second pre-chorus is a little bit different because she does a little bit of a mini riff at the end on fire. So on Pulling Me Into the Fire, I wouldn't overthink it. I would land on the and then she closes it a teeny bit, but not really, really hard into We're not doing that. That's not what we're doing. So by the time you go into chorus, every time we have all that time, we need to make sure we have enough stretch in the voice to sing all that time. So at the chorus, when we sing all that time, that's a G, A, B flat. B flat as in 1, 2, 3, 4. B flat 4 right there. All that time. We cannot chest voice that. We have to mix that a bit. Now, if we were to full head voice that, it would probably be too breathy. All that time. No. That's not what we're going for. Time, we still want but not too Like, we want to think of that soft palate staying down into that I'm versus I'm. We don't want like a I'm like on Finding Nemo, right? Time. You kind of want to find a call with time I sat alone, because we're repeating. So anytime you have a repeated note, we have to really make sure that doesn't go flat and we have enough stretch so it doesn't go time I sat alone and it falls and it's terrible. That's going to be the tricky part. And then make sure that when you go into all that time for any chorus that it's not too punchy. Make sure you have stretch, a little bit of air, and it's not too glottal stop. All that time, because if we try to glottal stop it, we're going to want to chest it and it's not going to flow. I hope you have a great day. Talk to you later. Peace.